From getting caught in a locker room brawl back in 2021 to facing each other on the court in the NBA Finals, here's what Nikola Jokic really thinks about Jimmy Butler. These two almost threw hands back then. It seems like every time these two teams meet on the court, something bad always ends up happening. This whole locker room incident took place back in 2021. The Heat were facing the Nuggets, and the match got a little too intense for both teams' liking. At some point during the match, Jokic shoved a Heat player pretty hard, and he ended up getting injured big time. Of course, Miami isn't the type to take that sort of hit laying down, and they retaliated almost instantly. Everything seemed to have been fixed on the court though. Fast forward to now, and a video recently surfaced on the internet showing Jimmy and Jokic going at it behind closed doors. Things seemed to be getting a little too heated, and a fight almost broke out between the two dudes. Thankfully, everything once again calmed down before it all got a bit too out of hand. Now, after seeing this new video, a lot of fans are wondering whether the two players are on good terms. Of course, the bigger question seems to be what either man thinks about the other. If the video is anything to go by, they probably aren't each other's biggest fans. With that being said, you have to wonder whether Jokic ever came out and said anything about the incident. From what I've seen so far, Jokic hasn't really said anything about Butler, at least nothing bad in any way. On the other hand, he's been absolutely destroying the Heat in the NBA Finals, and this has led a lot of people to believe that Jokic is probably taking his anger on Butler out on the court. I mean, just look at how well he's been playing these days. The man is in phenomenal form and looks like he can't be stopped, no matter how hard the Heat try to stop him. The way Jokic powers through Miami's defense, you'd think he was playing with a bunch of amateurs in a Sunday league, not a stacked team of NBA pros. There's a reason the Nuggets have been able to get this far and have destroyed every team in their path up until now. It's pretty crazy to watch them tear up the court every few days. Like I said, the ferocity that Nikola seems to be displaying on the court might just be how he feels about the Heat, since that one time he faced them and such a big scene ended up happening. This also makes you wonder whether there's some beef going on between the two men. Well, Butler did come out and talk a bit about what's been going on between them. He was asked whether he and Jokic had any hard feelings toward each other, and he responded by shutting down all the rumors. He started off by talking about how long ago the incident took place. I mean, he kinda has a point. It's been 2 whole years, so I doubt anyone really cares about what happened back then. He added to his statement by talking about how the whole beef is in the past, and that it doesn't really make sense to keep bringing it back up. He then went on to praise Jokic and his skills on the court. While a lot of people love his offense, most of them tend to overlook all the work he puts in on the defensive end. He's been getting a huge number of rebounds in every game, and recently became the first player to score a 30-20-10 in the NBA Finals. If that isn't enough proof that he's a legend, then I don't know what is. Butler went on to talk about how they never really had beef to begin with, and that honestly, the whole thing about him being mad at Nikola in the video was really misleading. He mentioned that he was calling someone else out, and that the mystery person knew exactly who they were. At this point, he couldn't have been clearer. According to Butler, there's never been any beef between them, and there probably won't be any hard feelings being put on display on the court. Anyways, before we get a little too off topic, let's take a look at how good Jokic has been in the NBA recently. The man has been nothing short of amazing. Like Butler said, he's been tearing up the league on a consistent basis for the past couple of years. It doesn't look like there's any stopping this dude, and he's clearly planning on doing everything he can to make sure he takes home the NBA title. I mean, there's a reason why he's been able to win multiple MVP awards. There's something special about this guy, and most of the league still hasn't figured out how to even begin stopping him. Defenders look like amateurs in front of him, and there's a reason for that. He's an offensive beast. Just look at his size. He's massive. Combine that with his skills on the ball, and you've got the complete package. The only thing I have to say is that the Nuggets banked hard on this dude, and it's definitely paying off big time. He's got insane court vision too. I mean, he's able to see passes that no one else can, and can find his teammates, no matter how deeply surrounded they might be, by defenders. Those are some next-level skills right there, and it's obvious that he'll only keep on getting better with time. He's also a beast in defense as well. The dude confuses the heck out of his opponents, and they barely manage to get past him. With that being said, let's check out how Butler stacks up against him. Jimmy has always been a bit of an anomaly, though. In recent times, he's managed to level up in more ways than one. Recently, he was able to gain the approval of Heat legend Dwayne Wade, who admitted that after him, Butler was the right man to leave Miami to success. It's pretty crazy to see a legend like Wade passing off the torch like that. I'm not gonna lie, Butler has been carrying the heat on his back lately, and it's been paying off big time. The man keeps on draining bucket after bucket, and it doesn't look like he's going to be stopping anytime soon. He's going to against Nikola in the NBA Finals, and he's going to need to give it all he's got if he wants to have any chance at taking home the title. He's got great offense and is able to make the game flow at his pace. That's not an easy skill to master, and yet, Butler makes it look easy. I'm not gonna lie, if he keeps on going at this pace, he might even end up achieving legendary status this early in his career. Thankfully, since he plays a forward role in the team, he doesn't get too much flack for his defense. Even then, he's got it pretty much covered. Man be blocking a few shots every game. It's like he's got an unlimited amount of energy, and that's gonna come in real handy during these next few games against the Nuggets. Finally, we're gonna need to check out whether things are cool between these two on the court. So far, Miami has faced Denver 4 times and has only managed to come out on top once. So it's pretty clear that things aren't going too well for Butler. All the Nuggets need to do is win one more game, and they'll be taking home the title while also helping Jokic win his first ring. I'm not gonna lie, it'll be a pretty epic moment. Then again, this matchup is pretty insane. Both teams deserve to win, so honestly, whichever way the title ends up swinging, I'm at peace with it. It'll be interesting to see who ends up winning. As things stand right now, Jokic seems to have the best chance of taking it home. It all comes down to the next few games. Like I said, if Denver can manage to win just one more game, they'll be home scot-free. Things are about to get hard for Miami, and the pressure is mounting big time. Butler is going to need to pull through and work harder than he's ever done before. It's not like he doesn't have it in him. All he needs to do is buckle down and focus. If he manages to achieve this, he'll probably be held in the same regard as Wade. Anyways, all we can do right now is wait and see what happens. So, from facing each other on the court in the NBA Finals to getting caught in a locker room brawl back in 2021, that's what Nikola Jokic really thinks about Jimmy Butler.